Hello folks and welcome. My name is Chris and it is my pleasure today to give you a presentation on how the cardiac cycle works. Okay? How does your heart cycle work? Basically our heart is split up into 4 chambers. 2 chambers are called the atriums, and that is known as the diastolic portion when our heart is really filling with blood. The 2 other ones right below those are called the ventricles. And those also fill up, but those are called basically in systolic. That's the first number in your millimoles per mercury when you have 120/80, and which you go to the doctor's office, and that is known as normal. When the ventricles pump out the blood, that's the 120 part. And then when the atriums, when they fill up, that's the 80 part. That's the relaxation part, the diastole. And the systolic is the ventricles when they pump out, and that's 120. So now that you know that, that's a little bit of something. Just off the topic a little bit, but still on the topic. Our SA node, which is located on the right side of our heart, I believe at the right ventricle, that is an electric charge. And if those who have pacemakers, basically they're simulated SA nodes when your SA node dies out, and that produces electricity in our body for everything to basically run. When they give you the little shock right there, if your heart is too high or not barely beating, that's what they're pumping to restart again. But back to the cardiac cycle. I made up these acronyms that are easy to remember, and the first letter of each word distinguishes what part of the heart that is, what part of the heart cycle. Now, our heart, basically, we can look at it into when we inhale air, I'm inhaling oxygen, and it's traveling in my heart, combining with blood to give nutrients to all my muscle cells and all my cells in my body, oxygenated blood. Okay? And then from there, as I exhale, basically I'm taking in all the waste products, all the carbon dioxide and all the waste nutrients, I'm taking it in with the blood, and then I'm exhaling it through the lungs. Okay? So that is what the right side of our heart does. Our right side exhales all the carbon dioxide and waste products. And our left side inhales and brings nourishment and food of all oxygen and good blood nutrients into our muscle cells throughout our whole body. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And it does this so fast. I mean, we have, what, an average of 70 beats per minute, 80 beats per minute, so every second, faster than every second, it's boom, boom, doing this. Okay? So basically, let's start coming from inhaling oxygen. So as we inhale oxygen, we got the acronym L. LPAP. L-P-A-B. I'm going to write it for you. LPAP. Okay? L-P-A-B. And then we go to V-A-A, like the VA. That is for the left side of the heart. For the right side, we have SAT. V, P, P, L. Okay? So it comes from our lungs. We inhale oxygen from our lungs to our pulmonary vein. All veins in our body give oxygen to our body, and all arteries bring carbon dioxide so we can exhale from the right side. But we're back here, so we go from the lungs to the pulmonary vein to the first part of our heart, which is the left atrium, okay, the diastole part. From there it goes to an AV valve known as the bicuspid valve, okay, and that switches on and off, basically based upon when this fills up with blood pressure, blood volume, and exerts all the blood, and then this will shut off so it doesn't backflow, and it goes into your left ventricle, okay? And from there, that's the systolic part. That's the systolic part of our heart, which pressurizes all the blood, known as your ejection fraction, which is your mean average blood pressure, your mean arterial pressure, MAP, and it goes into the aortic semilunar valve. As you see, and from there, it goes into your aorta, and then it goes and it disperses all the blood into all the different cells in our body, giving oxygen. and good blood products. All right? And then we come back here to the superior inferior vena cava, big long tube that comes way up here, and it transports all that carbon dioxide that it collects, all the waste products it collects, and it brings it right here to the right atrium, the top part of your heart on the right side. And from there it goes past the tricuspid valve, and it goes through that, and then it goes into V. It goes into your ventricle, SAT V PPL. It goes into your ventricle, your right ventricle. I'm sorry, I missed the V. And from the right ventricle, and this valve will shut off so it can't backflow. It goes into the pulmonary semilunar vein, pulmonary semilunar artery, excuse me. And then from there it goes into the pulmonary artery, and then it goes into the lungs. Okay? And then we exhale the carbon dioxide. Okay? And then we repeat this phase. So check it out. If you are a science major, for the left side of the heart, LPAP, VAA. Okay? And then for exhaling carbon dioxide, SAT, V, PPL. Okay? LPAP 1, VAA, the VA. Okay, so I want to thank you very much for learning about how blood travels in our body and just some important things to know that can also help you out in your time of need, whether you're in the hospital or a loved one is, and there's a cardiac situation. Maybe you can provide some confidence, some strength, maybe some knowledge too. Maybe one of the doctors is seeing so many patients that mistakes are being made. And with information like this, it can only help you, not hurt you. Thank you very much. Chris with Natural Body Man. Have fun and exercise.